I have learned that it is very important to people here in New Hampshire that we all describe their presidential primary as first in the nation. First. And it is the first primary. But awkward as it is to bring this up while you're here in New Hampshire, before this comes something called Iowa. The Iowa caucuses, those are before this. And the most interesting thing about Iowa this year is that the Iowa caucuses were almost unbelievably close. At one point, way after midnight on Tuesday night, when Rick Santorum was leading the count by about 10 votes or so, Romney headquarters became concerned that they were not seeing full results from Clinton County, Iowa. Clinton County in the eastern part of the state, right along the Mississippi River, a Romney-leaning county that appeared to be missing some returns. Now, a woman named Edith Pfeffer is chairwoman of the Republican Party in Clinton County, Iowa. When the Romney campaign could not figure out what was going on with the returns from that county, they tried to get Ms. Pfeffer on the phone. By the time CNN got Edith Pfeffer on the line, Senator Santorum's lead was down from what had been 100 or so votes earlier to only 4 votes.
How many precincts are there in Clinton County?
There are 30 precincts.
And have all 30, as far as you know, reported?
Oh, yes.
Every single one?
Every single one.
And what's the total for Clinton County, Romney, Santorum, Paul?
Oh. Are they correct? I haven't I added them up. I added them up a couple times. Oh, man. I showed Romney coming up with a total of 437 votes from Clinton County. Santorum had 354. Perry had 73.
The numbers we're receiving from the state do not match the numbers we just received from the county chairwoman right here in Clinton County. If these are the final numbers,
the numbers don't match.
Well, I'll explain it. I'll explain it to you. John, you go ahead and explain it.
The numbers, Madam Chairwoman, I'm not questioning your numbers. I'm saying the numbers you're giving us now do not match the numbers that the state central committee has reported so far from your county, and they say one precinct is missing. So if your numbers are that missing precinct, and these are the final numbers from Clinton County, excuse my scribble, but 437, not 386, 354, not 321, we can stop right there. Well, that would make
Romney the winner.
Romney the winner.
Wow. What do you mean they don't match? And then about 20 minutes later, the state Republican Party in Iowa officially declared Mr. Romney the winner by 8 votes. 8 votes out of 122,255 cast, which is a margin of 0.007%. That's close. Since Mr. Romney was declared the winner by 8 votes, a caucus worker in Appanoose County, Iowa, says that Mitt Romney was mistakenly awarded 20 extra votes in that county. And if he only won by 8, an extra 20 votes would, of course, mean that he didn't win at all.
28-year-old Edward True helped count the votes and jotted the results down on this piece of paper to post on his Facebook page later. His notes say Mitt Romney received 2 votes, but according to the Iowa Republican Party's website, True's precinct cast 22 votes for Romney.
This is huge. This essentially changes who won.
Ultimately, does it matter now who exactly won in Iowa? Is the effect on the ongoing race from here on out materially different if the Rick Santorum, Mitt Romney virtual tie had one of them 8 votes up instead of 8 votes down? If that result flipped today, would that make a difference for what happens here in New Hampshire or for anywhere else after this? Probably not. And frankly, if the margin were different by not just 8 votes, but by 8,000 votes, would that even make that much of a difference? Being a Republican who wins or who almost wins the Iowa presidential caucuses does not seem to win you very much in American politics. Remember Mike Huckabee's big 9-point win in Iowa 4 years ago? Yeah, he was pretty much out of the race by March. He picked up some deep South states and Kansas. He was done almost before he was even done basking in Iowa. In 1988, the huge conservative winner in Iowa was televangelist Pat Robertson, who won the Ames, Iowa straw poll and then came in second on caucus night to Bob Dole. By April, he was out of the race. And now he says God told him who's going to win this year. God is giving Pat Robertson betting tips for in-trade. So does maybe not knowing who really won the Republican caucuses in Iowa this year tell you anything important about the standings and the momentum for the rest of this race? No, it does not. Does knowing who won the Republican caucuses in Iowa any year reliably tell you anything important about the standings in the race that year? No, it really does not. The only reason it matters that we kind of don't know who won Iowa this year, and we don't know if we'll ever know for certain, is that Republicans have spent their legislative time and energy since the 2010 election screaming from the rafters about their grave concern for the integrity of the vote. The supposed grave and imminent threat to the sanctity of every single vote has, according to Republicans, compelled them, required them to push new restrictive voter ID laws in states across the country. These voter ID laws potentially block millions of people from voting at all by requiring new ID and by making it really hard to register. But the Republican line is that it's worth restricting the vote to ensure the integrity of elections. Integrity. And then in the first contest of the year, a Republican-only event run by the Republican Party, Republicans cannot be bothered to figure out how to count their own votes and to figure out who actually won. That's how devoted they are to the integrity of every vote. Busted.